Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling the huge, sprawling world of social media
It
marketing.
really is huge, isn't it? Constantly changing.
Absolutely. We've pulled together a whole stack of information covering everything from, specific platforms like Tumblr and Vimeo to broader strategies, things like integrating with e-newsletters, even press releases.
And the tricky parts too, like advertising and, crucially, figuring out if any of it is actually working.
Sounds
Analytics.
likely. So our mission today, to really dig in and pull out the most important insights, the stuff that matters, so you can navigate this whole landscape without feeling, well, completely overwhelmed.
Yeah, because it can feel like a tidal wave, right? New platforms, new trends popping up constantly.
Hmm.
Our sources really drive home how fast things move.
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean, think about it. Way back in Q2 2020, Facebook already had, over 2.7 billion monthly active users?
Wow, that's a massive
Yeah.
number.
And it hasn't slowed down. You've got TikTok, Snapchat grabbing headlines in this whole new language,
Yeah.
influencers, sentiment monitoring. It's mainstream now. Staying updated isn't just nice, it's essential.
Absolutely. And the sheer amount of stuff being created daily is just staggering.
It really is.
Millions of blog posts, hundreds of millions of tweets. And get this, YouTube. 500,000 hours of video uploaded. Every
Right.
single hour.
It's almost impossible to comprehend.
It just hits home, doesn't it? You need a smart plan, you need to organize your social media, and you absolutely have to know what's working and what's just, noise.
Which brings us right to that first big point.
Yeah.
Making smart choices right from the start.
Okay.
Our sources are clear. Social media marketing isn't something you just, dabble in. It needs real thought, and it's a long game. A marathon, not a sprint.
Right. Okay. So let's dig into that because the temptation is just to be everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Sign up for everything. But that can actually hurt you.
It really can. Spreading yourself too thin, wasting time on platforms where your ideal customer just isn't hanging out. Or maybe the platform just isn't right for your message. It eats up resources.
Makes sense?
It's about understanding the different flavors of these content sharing services. Some are built for text, others for video or photos, some for audio like podcasts.
Right.
Then you have your blogs and content sites. WordPress, Medium, Tumblr even still has its place. And the video giants, obviously. YouTube, Vimeo, and the newer ones like TikTok. Each has its own vibe, its own audience.
So less throwing spaghetti at the wall
Exactly.
and more strategic placement, putting your effort where it counts, where you'll connect with the right people in the right way.
Precisely. You need a net, but it has to be the right net in the right part of the ocean.
Good analogy.
And speaking of oceans, the sheer size of the potential audience, it's almost hard to grasp. Back in Q1 2020, Facebook alone had like 2.6 billion monthly users globally.
2.6 billion.
And get this, 96% were on mobile, and 90% of their traffic outside the US and Canada.
Wow, those numbers are just huge. And it's interesting that comparison with Google you mentioned earlier. In the US, around the same time, Facebook and Google had similar unique visitor numbers.
Right, but people show up with totally different mindsets.
Yeah.
That's what our sources really highlight.
How so?
Well, think about it. You might go to Google with a specific question, right? Best running shoes for beginners or something.
Sure, intent driven.
Exactly. Whereas on Facebook, you're often just scrolling, connecting with friends, maybe discovering things serendipitously through your network. Different intentions demand different approaches.
That's a really key distinction. Okay, so social media isn't just about pushing out marketing messages. It can actually improve the inner workings of your business.
Oh, absolutely. That's a really valuable point from our sources, maybe sometimes overlooked. It can help streamline your actual business processes.
Like customer service.
Perfect example.
Mhm.
Social media gives you this incredibly direct line to spot customer problems or complaints, often in real time, and fix them fast.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Instead of waiting for an angry email or a formal ticket, you can jump right in, potentially turn a bad situation around.
Exactly. Turn a detractor into an advocate, maybe. And moving beyond just putting out fires,
Mhm.
understanding your key business metrics is absolutely fundamental. You need to know if this stuff is actually working for the business.
Okay, metrics, let's get into that. Customer acquisition cost CAC. That sounds important.
It is foundational, really. CAC is basically, what you spend on marketing, advertising, sales efforts, all that stuff to get one single new customer.
Okay.
Even if your main goal on social is, say, brand awareness, not direct sales, tracking CAC gives you a really important benchmark.
Right, because nothing is truly free, is it? Time is money, content creation costs
And
something.
precisely. Every minute, every post has an associated cost. So tracking CAC helps you see how efficient your overall marketing spend is across all your channels.
Makes sense.
And it's not just that initial cost. You also need to be really meticulous about tracking sales figures.
Like conversion funnels.
Exactly. Knowing that path from discovery to purchase. And crucially, tracing sales back to social media. Which platforms, which campaigns are actually driving revenue? You need to know that.
Our sources also mention tracking promo code usage,
Yeah.
right? And the total value of those redemptions.
Absolutely. Plus, getting detailed sales reports breaking things down by product, by category, that gives you super granular insight into what resonates with your social audience.
Okay, so you're tracking costs, tracking sales. What about the break-even point?
Ah, yes. Super important for financial health. That's the point where your sales cover all your expenses. Knowing that number helps you see when your social efforts are actually contributing to profit, not just activity.
And then the big one, ROI, return on investment.
The big one, exactly. And in the social media world, our sources define ROI as tangible business results, turning clicks into actual sales, increasing the average order value, getting repeat business, or even lowering that customer acquisition cost we talked about.
Okay, so tangible results, not just the fuzzy stuff.
Right. Because there are tons of metrics people think are ROI, but aren't directly. Like website traffic spikes, lots of positive comments, seeing what competitors are doing, follower growth.
Those can be good signs, though.
They can be encouraging signs, absolutely. Indicators, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't automatically equal a financial return on your investment.
So what metrics do count towards actual ROI?
It really boils down to two fundamental things. Are your social media activities reducing costs somewhere in your business? Or are they directly helping you bring in more revenue?
Reduced costs or improved revenue. Got it.
That's the core. If you can trace your efforts to saving money or making money, that's real ROI. Our sources even detail like a 7-step process for connecting social activities to business results, setting timelines, finding patterns, proving the links, even predicting future outcomes.
Okay, this sounds like it requires discipline, a structured approach, which leads to the practical side. How do you actually manage all this day to day?
Great question. Because with everything else going on in a business,
Yeah.
social media can easily get pushed aside unless you actively schedule it. Carve out time, assign responsibilities.
How much time are we talking?
Well, the recommendation from our sources is, if you're serious, a minimum of 2 hours per week per platform.
Wow, 2 hours per platform. That adds up fast. And let's be honest, it's easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole.
Oh, definitely.
Mm.
Social media is designed to be addictive, right? So just like a financial budget, setting a time budget, especially when you start, is really smart.
Stick to the plan.
Yeah. You can always adjust later when you know what's actually delivering results.
Mm-hmm.
And to help manage everything, posting, distributing, monitoring, analyzing a social media dashboard can be a massive time saver.
Like a central command center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See everything in one place. Manage multiple tasks without jumping between 20 tabs. Our sources even mention using something as basic as Yahoo Calendar just to block out dedicated time slots.
Simple but effective.
Ugh.
Okay, so as things grow, maybe more people get involved. You need some ground rules, right? A policy.
Absolutely essential,
Hmm.
especially for consistency and compliance. A social media policy helps get everyone on the same page.
What makes a good policy?
Keep it short, easy to read, focus on what people can do, not just a long list of don'ts. Empower your team.
Makes sense. What else?
Respecting personal space is huge. Getting permission before posting photos or videos of people, and transparency around endorsements. If someone's getting paid or getting free stuff to promote a product, that relationship has to be disclosed. The FTC has clear guidelines on this. Their website is the place to go for details.
Transparency, keyword. Okay, so policies are important. But to make this all manageable, there are tools, right, to help streamline things.
Oh yeah, tons of tools. Efficiency is the name of the game.
Yeah.
You've got content distribution tools like Buffer or Hootsuite. They let you schedule posts ahead of time across different platforms.
Saves a lot of manual effort.
Definitely. Buffer has a built-in link shortener too, helps with tracking. Hootsuite connects to like almost everything so you can manage scheduling and see stats all in one spot.
And those short links, URL shorteners like Bitly, they're more important than just saving characters, right, for tracking.
Crucial for tracking clicks and understanding which posts are driving traffic. Our sources recommend picking one service and sticking with it for consistency. Bitly, ow.lily, there are several good ones.
Okay. And for businesses actually selling stuff, e-commerce tools.
Yes. Tools like Storia let you set up a shop right on Facebook. And Equid is really powerful. Lets you sell on your website, blog, Facebook, Instagram, even Google Shopping and Amazon, all managed from one place.
Wow. Okay. So you've got your strategy, your schedule, your policy, your tools. But how do you know what people are actually saying about you out there?
The listening part, monitoring your online presence, it's critical.
Why exactly? What are you listening for?
So many reasons. Tracking brand sentiment, how do people feel about you? Competitor research, what are they up to? Industry trends, finding new ideas, spotting potential trademark issues, and, of course, valuable customer feedback, good and bad.
Trying to track all that manually sounds impossible.
It basically is. That's where automation helps. Tools like IFTTT, if this then that, can automate alerts for keywords. Then you have dedicated monitoring tools.
Like mention, social mention.
Exactly. Mention monitors across lots of platforms, lets you export data, gives real-time alerts, has free and paid plans. Social Mention has real-time widgets, maybe a bit less analysis.
And for bigger operations.
Higher-end packages like Sprout Social offer a really comprehensive stream, trend analysis, near real-time monitoring. But yeah, they come with a higher price tag.
Okay, so you're listening. But how do you make sure people can find you in the first place? Keywords.
Yes, keyword research isn't just for Google anymore. It's vital for social media too. You need to know what terms your audience is actually using on these platforms.
Where do you find those keywords?
Resources like the Google Ads Keyword Planner are still useful. Google Trends shows you what's popular over time. There are even browser add-ons like Cajun that can help.
And those tag clouds you sometimes see.
Right. Tools like TagCrowd or Wordle can visualize the most frequent words in a text. That gives you ideas for relevant tags to use on your content.
So using good tags helps people discover your posts.
Absolutely. Relevant, trending tags significantly boost your visibility. You reach people actively interested in those topics.
Okay, so getting found on the social platform is one thing. But does your social activity affect how you show up in, like, Google search results too?
It absolutely can. That's the other side of social media optimization our sources talk about. First, getting found on the platform. Second, improving your organic search engine rankings. Google, Bing, etc.
Is it a whole different set of rules?
Well, the good news is a lot of the basic SEO principles you use for your website or blog, they apply to social media too.
Oh, thank goodness. So what are some specifics, like for a blog?
For blogs, use search terms in your title tag, ideally near the start. Keep it concise. Use clear URLs people can understand. Weave keywords naturally into the text, don't stuff. Optimize images with good file names and alt text.
Okay. What about video, like on YouTube?
Descriptive file names and relevant tags are key for videos. Help YouTube understand what it's about.
Twitter.
Hashtags, relevant hashtags.
Facebook.
Keywords in your About section and in your actual posts.
Instagram.
Hashtags again, and keywords in your captions.
Pinterest.
Keywords in your board titles and bin descriptions. You can even optimize for local search there.
LinkedIn.
Keywords in your profile, group descriptions, posts. Even customize your LinkedIn URL with your name or company name.
In mobile, so much searching happens on phones now. Anything special there?
Definitely. On mobile, location and timeliness often matter more than just keywords. Keep your mobile homepage focused, who you are, what you do. Put the extra details on secondary pages. And promote your mobile site links everywhere. People on phones often want quick, local answers.
Wow. Okay. Lots to think about for optimization. It's really multi-layered. Now, shifting gears slightly, social bookmarks, social news, share buttons, what role do they play?
Yeah, they're part of the ecosystem. Think of social bookmarking and news sites like peer-to-peer recommendations. Some people trust those more than algorithms.
Interesting. Like Pocket or Folkd.
Exactly. Worth checking if they let you submit your own stuff, and if they pass link juice for SEO, look for those no-follow tags.
And social news sites.
Check they're not just spam sites and are actually active. If you submit your own stuff, be subtle, don't look like a spammer.
Got it. And those little share buttons everywhere.
Crucial. Services like AdPookin make it super easy for people to share your content on their networks. Reduces friction.
Those buttons are powerful. Okay, all this talk about creating and sharing, it really points towards needing a strategy, right? A content marketing strategy.
Oh, absolutely essential. You can't just post randomly and hope for the best. Your goals and budget should drive which platforms you use and what content you create.
Don't dive in blindly.
Exactly. The core idea is often called selling without selling. You provide valuable information, build trust, and nurture potential customers that way.
What makes content truly valuable?
Our sources say it provides real value, answers a question, offers a unique perspective, is shareable, and crucially, avoids clickbait. delivers on the headline's promise.
Right. And blogging, for instance, has benefits beyond just selling.
Huge benefits. SEO, catching people searching online, going deeper than a sales pitch allows.
Podcasting, using images on sites like Unsplash.
Both powerful. Podcasting connects through audio. Visual platforms grab attention. And those share buttons amplify everything through your community. Guest blogging, two great way to reach new audiences, build authority, get SEO benefits.
What kind of content gets shared a lot?
Things like videos, useful how-to guides, interesting lists often do really well.
So a good content strategy needs several parts.
Definitely. You need to define your platforms and content types, have an editorial calendar, delegate tasks, track results with analytics, maybe even inventory existing content. You need different roles: strategist, writer, visual expert, editor.
An editorial calendar sounds important, but maybe complex.
It's essential for planning, but don't get bogged down in too much detail. Balance evergreen content stuff that lasts with timely content that taps into current events. And analytics, like Google Analytics, are vital for seeing what's working: traffic sources, keywords, ad responses.
Super helpful overview of content strategy. Now let's zoom in on specific platforms. Twitter.
Twitter's great for networking, real-time listening, visibility, offering perks. Following the right people organically is key. Use Twitter's topics feature to find relevant conversations.
What about trends and hashtags?
Leverage trending topics carefully, make sure it's relevant. Use hashtags effectively. Don't spam or jack unrelated trends. Twitter's advanced search is powerful for finding specific tweets. Tools like Keyhole help measure hashtag impact.
And interacting, retweeting.
Retweeting good content and getting retweeted expands your reach massively. A custom header photo helps branding. Lots of Twitter apps exist for specific functions, like influencer marketing.
So it's about conversation, not just broadcasting.
Absolutely. Use tools like Hootsuite or TweetDeck to monitor keywords, your brand name, products. When responding to questions or complaints, be concise but helpful. Know when to take it to DMs.
Twitter chats.
Great for engagement. Permit them well, topic, guest, hashtag. Structure them clearly, welcome, format, numbered questions. Grow participation by being a guest on other chats too. Make it a real conversation.
Okay, shifting to Facebook. Still a giant. Key things to keep in mind.
Huge potential visibility through likes, comments, shares. Your brand page needs good profile cover photos, a clear username, a solid About section, links to other profiles, contact info, and a clear call to action button.
Username matters.
Choose one that's recognizable and try not to change it often. And etiquette-wise, don't spam other brands' pages. Use Facebook events to gauge interest in things you're doing.
And like everywhere else, content strategy is king.
Absolutely critical on Facebook too. Plan your content around your goals. Create shareable stuff. Ask open-ended questions to get interaction. Listen to feedback. It tells you what your audience wants.
Facebook ads. Worth the investment.
Often, yes. Great for boosting engagement, getting page likes, driving website traffic, generating leads, increasing visibility. The Ad Center walks you through setting objectives, audience, placement, budget, creative.
And you can track performance.
Yes, through the Ad Center and your website analytics. See what's working.
Selling directly on Facebook.
You've got marketplace free classifieds, good for items, cars, homes, and Facebook Shops, a more formal storefront on Facebook, Instagram, managed via Commerce Manager.
What about Facebook Live?
Powerful. Great for Q&As, event streaming, demos, behind the scenes. It humanizes your brand, allows real-time interaction, easy to start, tons of content ideas, product demos, teaching, events. Again, strategy and goals first.
Okay, LinkedIn, the professional network. How's marketing different there?
LinkedIn pages boost brand visibility in a professional context, showcase product services, drive growth, and website traffic. It's definitely more formal than other platforms.
What makes a good LinkedIn page?
Professional profile pic, compelling cover photo. Managing LinkedIn groups around your industry is great for community building. And optimizing your personal profile is huge: keywords, skills, accomplishments. That's often the first touch point.
How do you engage there?
Join relevant groups, connect with profile viewers, use the content platform to share expertise, be active and professional.
Pinterest, all about the visuals, right?
Totally visual.
Yeah.
Pins and boards. Effective pins need high-quality images, videos, support your goals, and link properly. Organize pins into themed boards with keywords.
Can you interact?
Tag people in pins. Follow others to grow your network. Tools like Military pop-ups or WooBox apps can help audience growth. Content ideas, behind the scenes, events, infographics, lists, demos, anything visual.
Snapchat and Instagram more visual, often younger audiences.
Snapchat has unique features. Snaps, stories, filters, Bitmoji snap codes, geo filters. Good for behind the scenes, live updates, exclusive content, targeted offers. Interaction is key.
And Instagram?
Huge visual focus. Feed, stories, reels, IGTV, shop, guides, filters, captions, hashtags, live. Brands can share team stuff, process peaks, new products, events, user content, how-tos. Instagram Live is great for fundraisers too.
TikTok, the short-form video explosion.
Yep, all about short, engaging videos. The For You feed is key. Features like the sound library, effects, duets, stitch, lives offer lots of creative options.
What kind of videos work for brands?
Jump on trends, show behind the scenes, do challenges, how-tos, use humor, but always connect it back to your brand somehow.
It's clear video and audio are massive now. Any general advice for using them?
Hugely popular, works for B2B and B2C. Good content should be informative, relevant to your company, attention-grabbing, competitive, maybe even fun. Quality recording matters. Don't rely just on editing. Most smartphones shoot good enough video now, 1080p.
Podcasting platforms, video platforms.
For podcasts, Buzzsprout, Captivate are popular, good analytics, distribution, various price points. For video, YouTube and Vimeo are the big ones. Pros and cons to each regarding audience, storage, ads, analytics.
Underpinning all of this is knowing your audience, right? How do you figure that out?
Absolutely fundamental. Resources like Mashable, Moz, Quadcast, SimilarWeb, LifeWire can provide insights into social media users. Go beyond basic demos, look at affinity, interest level, and index. Interest compared to average.
Like that chocolate sauce example.
Exactly. Somebody's mother's chocolate sauce knew their target customer and focused platform choices accordingly. Think about communities by industry, demographics, life stage, psychographics, activity type, geography. Sometimes being a big fish in a small pond on a niche site works really well.
So social media is basically online networking. How do you level that up?
It really is. You've got business connection sites for softer B2B networking, demographically targeted networks like Mommy Savers. Using multiple platforms based on activity type can be smart. Geolocation is powerful. Twitter, geolocation, Yelp. Integrate social with location.
What about offers and deals?
Twitter has check-ins. Facebook offers can work for local deals, with some limits. Meetup connects people in the real world based on interests, great for local community.
Online coupons, like Groupon.
Can reach a big audience, but understand the downsides, payment schedules, deal limits, brand perception. Spotify has ad options too, sponsored sessions, podcast ads. And don't forget Tumblr's strong community has ad options.
How do you make social media work with your other marketing integration?
It shouldn't be a silo. Social enhances press releases, newsletters, loyalty programs. Use social to get newsletter signups, broaden event announcements, distribute press releases, get you links. Put social content in newsletters, link from social to newsletters, drive traffic both ways.
Benefits for press releases specifically.
Makes them linkable, generates inbound links, can improve search ranking. Consider on-site integration to forums, reviews, blogs on your own site versus off-site on social platforms. Strategic choice there. Use social for coupons, discounts creates urgency. Community forums build loyalty.
Paid advertising on social seems unavoidable sometimes.
It's a major part of the landscape. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Reddit, Snapchat all offer paid ads.
Twitter ads.
Promoted tweets, accounts, trends, cost often based on actions. Setup is usually straightforward. Twitter cards are interactive ad formats.
LinkedIn ads.
Campaign Manager has great business targeting job title, industry, company size, define audience, budget, create your ad.
Pinterest, YouTube, Snapchat.
Pinterest has promoted pins for various goals. YouTube has many ad formats. Snapchat has different ad types for engagement and awareness. And don't forget influencer marketing. Newer strategy, potentially very effective, but vet influencers carefully. Audience fit, engagement rates.
Okay, the moment of truth. Analytics. How do you measure if any of this is working?
So critical. But first, check your main website's performance. That's often your hub. Then plan your measurement strategy based on your goals. What are you trying to achieve? Substitute paid ads. Improve search ranking. That determines what you track.
Interim measurements matter too.
Yes. Track progress along the way. Common goals, branding, leads, traffic, search marketing, other business objectives. Be aware web data isn't always perfect. Definitions vary. Real-time fluctuates. Dashboards like Google Analytics or HubSpot give quick overviews.
Tracking links is key.
Absolutely. Use tracking codes like UTM parameters on links from socials, you know where traffic comes from. Lots of analytics tools out there. Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Matomo, StatCounter, free, paid, hosted, self-hosted. And social platforms have their own built-in analytics. Facebook Insights, LinkedIn Analytics, Twitter Analytics, etc.
What about analyzing specific content types, blogs, videos?
Look at visits, engagement, likes, comments, shares. Share for blogs, traffic, comments, shares, time on page, bounce rate, keywords. For videos, views, watch time, engagement, audience retention, demographics. For podcasts, listener streams, duration, subscribers, downloads. For photos, views, likes, shares, saves, comment. Try to link these back to business goals to estimate ROI. Third-party tools like Tailwind exist for Pinterest analytics. Google Social Analytics helps track Twitter traffic.
And analyzing the social networks themselves.
General metrics. Reach, impressions, engagement rate, follower growth, profile visits, website clicks. For Twitter specifically, profile visits, tweet impressions, engagement, follower growth, top tweets, followers. Facebook Insights gives tons of data, users, reach, engagement, post details.
How do you measure overall effectiveness across all these platforms?
Use platform metrics for comparison within that site. But for the big picture, focus on those common ROI metrics: leads, sales. Tag all your links consistently, newsletters, email SIGs, ads, so tracking is accurate in your main analytics. You can even track outbound links in Google Analytics. Needs setup.
Costs versus benefits.
Essential analysis.
Right.
Track blog performance with analytics too. Calculate CPC, CPM even for flat fee ads to gauge efficiency. Understand reach is potential audience. Online reviews have huge influence. Monitor mentions and sentiment. Comparing word of web to word of mouth is tricky, but tracking helps. Keen Footwear's approach is a good example. Social listening, clear goals, tracking KPIs.
What if things aren't working? Common problems.
Visibility issues. Low traffic followers engagement. Content problems. Not timely, infrequent, wrong channel. Offering problems. Wrong products, not enough variety, infrequent updates. Price competitiveness. Internal issues, getting your team on board with changes.
And if you hit those problems, solutions.
Look at niche markets, smaller platforms maybe. Participate in relevant forums or chats. Double down on visual storytelling. Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube. Remember, there's usually more than one way to solve a marketing problem. Be ready to experiment.
Wow. That was an incredibly thorough deep dive. So much ground covered. To try and summarize, social media marketing is dynamic. It needs real strategic thought, consistent effort, and a focus on providing actual value.
Absolutely. Understanding your audience, picking the right platforms, creating content that connects, and diligently tracking results. Those are the pillars.
Right. You can't just wing it and expect amazing results.
Definitely not. It takes work and smarts.
So for you listening, maybe think about one or two things from our chat today that really resonated, something that aligns with where you are right now.
Yeah. What's one idea you could actually try experimenting with? Maybe to connect better with your audience or just move closer to one of your goals.
Because the landscape is huge and always shifting, but like you said, with a focused approach, you really can navigate it effectively.
You absolutely can. It's about being informed,
Yeah.
being strategic, and being persistent. You can definitely make it work for you.